Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. My name is Ras Almira and today I want to present Pteridophyte that I found in Hutan Taman Negeri Gunung Arong. So for my part, I have found Selaginella plana. Introduction. Selaginella plana is commonly known as Asian spike moss. It is a non-seed vascular plant and a lycophyte native to tropical Asia. The Selaginella plana usually found in tropical region of Asia, including India, Indochina, and the Malay archipelago. Next, taxonomy hierarchy of Selaginella plana. First, the kingdom is Plantae, division Lycopodiophyta, class Lycopodiapsida, order Selaginellales, family Selaginellaceae, genus Selaginella, species Selaginella plana. For the morphology of Selaginella plana, first, herbaceous erect shrub up to 0.6 meter height when grown in ground. Second, spreads by underground creeping rhizomes. The fronds of Selaginella plana are green, scaly, and tripinnate. Rhizophores toward the base start cylindrical, dichotomously branched. The leaf of Selaginella plana is heteromorphic, which is ovate, acuminate, oblique at base, and margin entire. The reproduction of Selaginella plana is by spores. The sporangium are located in the sporophyll and the sporophyll are compactly arranged to form cones or strobili. For habit and habitat of Selaginella plana is a herbaceous and terrestrial plant. It has a perennial lifespan and grows on the ground in humid and shady habitats. Selaginella have many important end uses. For first important is in medicinal value. Selaginella plana relief from heat stroke and burning sensation during urinations. It is a cure for heart disease and tonic for malaria patients. Number 2, for ecological importance. A large number of spore formation makes it evergreen shading plant used in making wreaths. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nur Batrisha Balkis and I will continue the presentation with the pteridophyte species that I found in Hutan Taman Negeri Gunung Arong. The species that I found is Cristilla subpubescens. Cristilla subpubescens found in the wet tropics of northeast Queensland between Bloomfield and Herbert's River. It also widespread from northeast India to southwest China, including Burma, Thailand, Vietnam, and throughout Malaysia. The taxonomy hierarchy. The kingdom is Plantae, division Tracheophyta, class Polypodiopsida, order Polypodiales, family Pteridaceae, genus Cristilla, and species Cristilla subpubescens. The morphology of this species is they have rhizome that's short creeping and covered by thin scales. The front is tufted and commonly 60 to 80 cm long with tip is hairy. They have pinnate compound leaves and the position of the leaves is alternating on the petiole. They are also shallowly grooved 1/3 of the vein leaves and the entire lower surface of the leaf is covered by hair. The sori are round and having kidney shaped and the hairy indusia spread on the leaf veins. The habit and habitat of Cristilla subpubescens is a terrestrial species and grow in moist and shaded soil. They usually found on disturbed banks in open areas and exposed to sunlight. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syafiq bin Alin and I will continue this presentation which is about the next pteridophyte that we collect during fieldwork at Gunung Arong called Asplenium nidus. For the introduction, Asplenium nidus is an epiphytic fern species of the family Aspleniaceae. Native to East Tropical Africa, temperate and tropical Asia such as Indonesia, East Timor, the island of Kyushu, the Ryukyu Island of Japan, Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, and Thailand. It is also in Australasia in the northern part of Queensland in Australia. It is known by common name birdnest fern or simply nest fern. Next, for the taxonomic hierarchy, Kingdom Plantae, division Polypodiophyta, class Polypodiopsida, order Polypodiales, family Aspleniaceae, genus Asplenium, and species name is Asplenium nidus. The next is morphology. Asplenium nidus form large, simple fronds, with the frond growing to 50 to 150 cm long and 10 to 20 cm broad. They are light green, crinkled with black midrib, and exhibit succinate venation. Spore develop in sori on the underside of the frond. These sori form long rows extending out from the midrib on the back of the outer part of the lamina. The fronds roll back as they brown and create a massive leaf nest in the branches and trunks of the trees. And the last but not least, important and use. People can use this fern as a decorative plant in their homes, but it requires intensive care. The leaf can be used to make a lotion that is used to treat fever or to make an infusion that is used to treat labor pains. Additionally, a decoction is employed to shorten childbirth labor. That's it from my part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Nazri bin Sulaiman with metric number A182363. Today, I want to talk about a Pteridophyte that I collected in my previous fieldwork in Hutan Taman Negeri, Gunung Arun, Mersing, Johor. So the fern species that I collected is Phelobodium aureum. So let's start. For the introduction, Phelobodium aureum is an epiphytic fern from family Polypodiaceae that native in the tropical and subtropical region of the Americas. In habitat, the fern is a terrestrial and usually colonizing the canopy of tropical rainforest and the dove plum of the subtropical forests. For the taxonomy hierarchy, it's from the kingdom Plantae, division Polypodiophyta, class Polypopsida, order Polypodiales, family Polypodiaceae, genus Phelobodium, and the species Phelobodium aureum. For the morphology, Phelobodium aureum frond are large and pinnatified from 30 to 130 cm long and has 10 to 50 cm broad with up to 35 pinnae. It has a creeping rhizome from 8 to 15 millimeter in diameter. It has several stories run along each side of the spina. The spore are secreted by the winds, and the evergreen of frond have up to 35 pinnae that vary in color from bright green to green blue or silver green and also gray green. And the last part is the importance and uses. It usually used for the medical purpose such as remedy for cough and the kidney disorder. And it also used as an ornamental plant. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nik Muhammad Aika bin Azman and I will proceed our presentation about our finding in Gunung Arong throughout our past fieldworks. So my finding is about Tactaria species, and for the information I only can ID the my sample until genus, and I will continue our I will proceed with the introductions. So the Tactariaceae is also known as the Halberd ferns family in order Poliopodalis, containing 7 to 10 genera and about 230 species. Tactariaceae is distributed nearly worldwide, but it is most diverse in tropical region. Most members of the family are classified in Tactaria, which comprise 150 or more species and is one of the largest fern genera. Moving to taxonomic hierarchy, of course, Tactaria is in Plantae kingdom. Divisions is Podiophyta, class Polypodiopsida, order Polypodiales, and family Tactariaceae, genus Tactaria. As the morphology, the habit of the Tactaria is terrestrial ferns. As you can see from the picture, the rhizome is woody and it's erect to suberect, and it has fern linear to lanceolate scales. And if you can look closely, the roots is covered with scale-like structure, and the rhizome will be fully covered under the ground. That's why it is terrestrial ferns. For the leaf, the blade is lanceolate to ditoid pentagonal, and it is simple leaf to one pinnate or 2 to 4 pinnatified. The basal pair of pinnae often develop basiscopically, and the division usually broad with entire or springly incised margins. Ultimate segment crenate but not aristate. The front spaced or tufted, and the leaf is also dimorphic, which fertile and sterile leaf difference. And the leaf vein is anastomosing. For the reproductive structure, sori mostly round, arranged in open row, median or scattered. Indusium peltate, reinformed or sometimes apparently lacking of indusiums. And sporangia with an annulus of plus minus 14 cells. For the economically use, I cannot find any research about Tactaria, but some of the research mentioned about the usage of Tactaria leaf for the fever reliever, and other than that, there are mention about Tactaria helped after birth, after pregnancy ointments. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nisrina Shafia, and I want to share about one of the epiphytic species that I found in Taman Gunung Arong, Johor Bahru. So the species that I found is Lycodium Microphylum. It is native to much of tropical Africa and South Africa, tropical Asia including China, Ryukyu Islands of Japan, Australia, Fiji, the Mariana Islands, and Caroline Islands. Lycodium microphyllum is one of Malaysia's medicinal ferns. It is also large and distinctive ground-to-ground climbing fern species. Their taxonomy hierarchy is for the kingdom, Plantae, division, Trachyophyta, class, Phelicopsida, order, Polypodiales, family, Lygodiaceae, genus Lycodium, and the species, as we know, Lycodium microphyllum. Okay, so for the morphology, the rhizome is wiry, and for the fronds is climbing, twining with indeterminate growth to 30-meter long main rachis. Their leaf stalk is above petiole, and the leafy branches is off of main rachis. Their pinnules is stalk, and for the reproduction, spores produce gametophytes with both male and female organs. The species' importance and uses is it has been used locally in folk medicine to treat skin ailments and problems, swelling, and dysentery. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Hafizadallah, and the specimens that I collected in my fieldwork is Microlipia sp. So some of the introduction, the species of genus Microlipia is quite common. Different species throughout the globe can be found. This genus can mainly be found in terrestrial habitat, but in my fieldwork, this species were found near to a water body, so I guess it play roles in the species distribution. Microlipia is one of the most difficult genera in Pteridophytes in terms of taxonomy due to the wide distribution of the many species and large variation within species. So the morphology, the rhizome is creeping, branched and covered with uniserrate hairs. The leaf large, often deltoid in outline and borne in two alternating rows on the dorsal surface of the rhizome. The tip is continuous with the rhizome and erect. The axial side of the tip is more or less flattened and possesses a prominent median groove which is shallow and broad towards the end. The spores, the sora are terminal on the veins on the undersurface of the leaf towards the margin and often near to the basal sinuses of the leaf margin. Each sorus is covered by a half-cup shaped indusium attached by the base and the sides, and in some species bearing hairs of the type on the lamina surface. This explanation on Microlipia morphology was obtained by a paper specifically explain about Microlipia sp morphology. So, important end users, it is traditionally believed to cure insanity. Of course, there are no scientific proof to it. It was also used to bathe in, and young leaf fronds were fed to babies. This is the taxonomy hierarchy of Microlipia: the kingdom Plantae, clade Tracheophytes, division Polypodiophyta, class Polydiopsida, order Polydiales, family Tactaria, and genus Microlipia. From the picture that we captured, it is from a fertile leaf, and we can obviously see the sori on the leaf. That is all from me. Thank you.